Welcome to the Duarte Show, and welcome to the home of the Youth Council Revolution. I'm your host, Duarte. Tonight at 9 p.m., President Donald Trump will deliver his State of the Union address, his second one during his second term, laying out his vision for America, his priorities, and the direction he believes the country would take. But here, in the Youth Council Revolution, we believe that every speech deserves a response, especially coming from a generation that will live to hold the consequences and the troubles that this president and everyone else in power is giving us, especially from a standpoint of the consequences that keep happening in our country are going to have a bigger effect when we are older and when we are in control of our own government. This isn't about shouting. It's not about blind loyalty behind the Democratic Party or be blind opposition. It's about accountability. When leaders speak, young people should listen, but we should question as well, analyze, and think critically about what our president's saying and what is our government saying. Firstly, I wanted to say the reason why there was not an episode last Friday, was because of two major things. One is that I went to the state capitol, which I'll play the clip now.
Duarte. I'm a student here at Aces Chase Academy. I'm 16 years old, and I'm in the 10th grade. I live in Waterbury, Connecticut, most of you know as the Brass City of Connecticut. I'm here representing magnet schools across the country, across the state. ACES gave me the opportunity to become the student body president, where I fought for affordable things in our school, like having lunches become better. I fought for values that our school has, values of educate, taking risk, and community, and making sure family is more than school. Our school views ourselves more as a family than a school. Rather than having social life over education with smaller classrooms where you're able to talk to your teacher directly or talk to a student or even go to your principal with any matter that you have. With the smaller classroom, students are less likely to get distracted or lose focus in class. Teachers actually have relationships with the students, and you can indirectly go to the principal with your concerns and he will hear about it. The thing that makes Chase different is that we have classes that are funded by budgets that no other high school has, like a personal finance class, the only one in Waterbury, Connecticut. We are typically a high school of different towns, communities. Chase strives to have a value of educate anyone regardless of their race, gender, or sexuality. We believe that everyone has a chance in education. We have classes that teach you TLEs, that brings you projects that other schools don't bring. Magnet schools bring the backbone of the Board of Education of Connecticut. The opportunities that our school has cannot go away. Many students will disappear. And I say that the budget from Led Lamont, from the fiscal year of 2027, will put our Magnum schools back 1,000 years. ACES at Chase only received $14,558,000, where the cap is $2,000. We want to preserve the $21 million. The ACES teachers advocate, and they want us to stand for what is right. For us to continue with the fight that we have in our school, and especially what is happening in our country, we want to make sure we are able to fund our sports, education, classes, and to make sure everybody has an everlasting good experience at ACES at Chase and every single Magnum school. I end off with a quote by a philosopher saying, "It's not because things are difficult because we do not dare. It's because we do not dare that they are difficult." Thank you.
And two, a day after I got sick, So I had no strength to continue, and I was tired from speaking publicly about Ned Lamont's budget. That would be a different episode. Today, we're talking about Donald Trump and our response to his State of the Union. We have to understand that tonight the president is going to outline his agenda, but we're going to break everything down. That promised everything that everything that was promised, that was left out, and what it means for our future. Because the State of the Union does not belong just to politicians; it belongs to the people, and that's also including us, everyone here at the Youth Council Revolution. I want to make two things clear. Recently, Donald Trump threatened to bomb Iran and also threatened to strike Iran. And a lot of things is happening in the Middle East. But we have to understand whatever this president says tonight at 9 p.m., we will have a response for it before midnight. Thank you and enjoy this exclusive episode of the Duarte Show. Thank you. Tonight, we heard a confident speech. We heard big promises. We heard strong language about success, security, and strength. But this isn't the reality of the speech that Donald Trump gave to Congress. And our generation deserves more than applause lines. In the section of his speech, which I have everything written down, in the opening, Donald Trump claims our nation is back. We have a golden age of America under his presidency. Then he claims our country's economy and everything that you can imagine was awful under Joe Biden. Then two members of Congress that are Democrats, keep that in mind, left the chamber of Congress holding up a sign saying, "Black people aren't apes." Trump then goes on to claim that fentanyl rates are down, even though there's no statistics of that. Then he spoke about Biden's inflation, saying how Biden's inflation was the highest, and now Trump is at a record low of 1.2%, which is a lie. Under Joe Biden, the inflation was 1.2%. Then he spoke about how about the hockey players, rambling about hockey, rambling about Olympics. That didn't move on for another 20 minutes. He spoke about it for 20 minutes. Then he's going to give the Medal of Freedom to a hockey goalkeeper. Mind you, the same award that are awarded to people who actually served our military or served our country in ways that defended the American people. He attacks the Democrats on not voting on the big beautiful bill, which, mind you, it's going to come up again that the big beautiful bill basically is going to increase inflation. He got upset that the Democrats voted against it. Then he talked about there's no more inflation in our country. I don't know if our president knows that if there's no inflation, our economy is going to go bust. It's crazy. Then he said he will put America first. Then he said the election was a scam and lies and was a lie and rigged against Biden. Then lies on Biden's policy on immigration. Then said the Democrats caused the worst economy. They caused everything. Then says everything egg prices went down by 60%. Egg prices has risen by 25%. Then he talks about his outline for healthcare, about lowering prescription drug prices under Joe Biden. That was already done. Then he says the Democrats want to remove Social Security and Medicare. Mind you, the big beautiful bill is that it aims to cut Social Security benefits and any other type of benefits with Medicare. It limits Obamacare. That is basically the Affordable Care Act. It limits that. Then he said Then he's going to stop introduce a new legislation to stop insider trading, which that is the one thing that President Trump said on that stage that was actually pretty decent. Then he lied on Somalians, lied about immigration. Then he said that you're going to need all states are going to have a bill is going to pass Congress apparently to stop handouts to driver's license to illegal immigrants. Mind you, for you to apply to for an ID or apply for a driver's license or a permit, you need to be a U.S. citizen. There's not a single case in our country where that is the case. Then he starts talking about how the DHS is supposed to plow snows. Mind you, the Department of Homeland Security is is now plowing snow. I would want everyone watching to let that sink in. He wants the DHS to plow snow and blame the Democrats about a government shutdown. This is what our president said. Then the Republicans had the endless clapping, the longest applause that you will ever see. Then Donald Trump went back attacking the Democrats, saying, "Oh, you guys don't clap for nothing." Then the Democrats were protesting. Um, named he named wars that never ended, and that is all for my notes. He brought out some veterans that were great people. He brought out active military members and hurt military members. But we have to understand it's about accountability. He claims that our economy is strong. So why is so many young people are struggling with rent, student debt, and rising cost? If our country is safer, why do so many communities feel divided and tense? If leadership is about unity, why does the tone of politics feel more like a constant conflict between both parties? It's easy to say America is winning. It's harder to show everyone what winning actually feels like. But if we focus on policy, we heard about his plans for growth. But what about affordable housing? We heard it talk about strength. But what about mental health support for young people? What about the we heard promises of opportunity. But what about making college affordable and having entry level rate wages? Our generation is not it does not need a slogan. We need actual facts, a plan to get things done. But it's also about leadership. This isn't about projecting or projecting confidence. It's about building leadership that we all know that our country needs. It's about building trust through transparency, accountability, and respect for the people who live in our country. No matter if you disagree, or agree with a topic, we all agree that humans are a natural right. Humans should have the natural right to have affordable housing. We should have affordable housing in our country. But you know what? We don't. Donald Trump went on that stage for an hour and 2 minutes spewing lies that you will never, ever believe. This president lied on stage in front of millions of Americans and said, prices are down, everything is down. But the truth is, this State of the Union was supposed to reflect the people. This State of the Union was supposed to give us an understanding on where we're supposed to be. This State of the Union was nothing but a self-glazing competition between Republicans and Donald Trump. Hell, if you look behind him, his own Vice President, J.D. Vance, looked confused. He looked confused. Because you know why? Half the things he said was a lie. All of it was a lie. Saying illegal migrants are voting in elections, saying that they are having driver's license. Really? Can we really believe that right now? Then he goes on to say that our economy is the strongest in the world when we have less opportunities for affordable housing and housing alone. The same opportunity, there's no jobs. He said he has the biggest job creation. There's no jobs in our country. But our message is clear. The State of the Union was supposed to reflect the state of the people. But here's our message. We are listening. We are paying attention. And we expect more than words to be said by our own president. Because the future isn't about talking points. Our future is about what we do now and not later. It depends on what we do as a country for the next 10 years will determine the outcome of every single thing we love. Let that sink in. Our country is in decline because we have a president who sat there on national TV and said our country is in the golden age. Then said, repeatedly saying, said once, that this should be his third term. This is the person running our country. This is the person running our country. Remember that. He said that the 2020 election is rigged, but this should have been his third term. Meaning, he does not plan. He didn't plan on leaving office in 2020 if he would have won. Remember that our message is clear here in the Youth Council Revolution. That we are listening, we're observing, we're learning. We're going to stop this oligarchy from continuing in our country. Our time is almost here. Majority of us are able to vote, but we have to continue organizing. We must get out there. And midterms are coming. Don't be afraid to support your candidate to get the Republicans out of office. Because what is happening in our country is because of them. The ICE raids are because of them. Their policy, their American First policies. Let's not forget the innocent people, the innocent Americans who were killed. Let's not forget about that. Let's remember their names. Renee Good, Alex. People are being detained from their houses as MAGA just sits there all happily and they don't have no consequences against them. Remember what they did to us. Remember the things they're doing to our country. Look, we love America. I love America. I know you at home are watching love America too. But we have to understand the way our country is going is the wrong path. Thank you.